Hello there, this is the Saturday before Thanksgiving and you probably are having friends and family come over and everything and you can't forget the turkey. Okay, I have, of course there's three things you have to remember about Miss Tasha. Is purple, you know, look at this wonderful thing here, and even my clipboard is purple. And I even have this purple, but I do have a turkey there. And of course, what do I love to eat?
I love chocolate.
And then my wonderful voice said, oh my gosh, this time it's all about Thanksgiving and turkeys, and I'm going to actually sing you a book. I know, the whole book I'm going to sing. All right. First one is a real cute one. Pete the Cat. Of course, at the end, you're going to dance to the turkey. Pete the Cat, this is the first Thanksgiving. Pete was nervous about being a pilgrim in his class's Thanksgiving play, the first Thanksgiving. Just do your part, his best friend, Kately said. Okay. Well, happy Thanksgiving. Whoops, let me get this up. Happy Thanksgiving. Pete said he would try. He really would. His mom had even made him a pilgrim hat, which was really cool. Well, Pete took his place at the front of the giant ship that his class had made out of cardboard. And Pete was a pilgrim in the Mayflower. See, there he is. Ta-da. Well, in 1620, a group of pilgrims decided to leave England for the New World to build a new life. It was a long trip and on a big ship. All the pilgrims sang. It really wasn't that big. The sea was rough and very dangerous, and many pilgrims got very, very sick. Well, the dream of the new start in the new world made the hard trip all worth it. For more than 2 months, the pilgrims sailed. September 6th, all of September, October, not until they finally got there in November. After 65 days on ship, the new world finally came into view. The pilgrims arrived in the new world at Plymouth Rock, in what is now known as Massachusetts. Everyone had many chores to do, like growing food, finding water. See, look at the house now. Boy, much better, huh? The first winter in the New World was long and hard. But in the spring, the pilgrims had to decide whether to give up and go back to England or keep trying. The pilgrims heard about the Native Americans, and many worried that they would not be friendly. Pete never met a cat he didn't like, so he thought they would be kind. Look at, and there's, what are they giving him? The corn, remember? Well, Pete was right. He made a new friend in Squanto. Squanto and the other Native Americans showed the pilgrims how to grow crops like corn, beans, and squash. Oh, wow, look at that. By summer, pilgrims had learned how to farm the new land. That was nice of the Indians, guys. Well, by fall harvest, the pilgrims had plenty of food. To thank Squanto and the other Native Americans, the pilgrims invited them to share their harvest. Oh my, the celebration known as the first Thanksgiving. Pete was relieved when the play was over. He had remembered all his lines. Wow, I never thought about how hard it was back then, said Pete. You did great, Callie said. Look at they're taking a bow. So at Thanksgiving, this could be a challenge for you too, is say something you're thankful for. That would be a good thing to do. Later at Thanksgiving dinner with his family, Pete said, let's all go around the table and say something that we're thankful for. Okay, the mom says, I'm thankful for my family, said Pete's mom. I'm thankful for my skateboard, said Bob. But Pete says, what are you thankful for? I'm thankful for the brave pilgrims that started this new free world, said Pete. Isn't that a nice one? That's a good. Okay. All right, now, love this. How to catch a turkey. Oh, boy. All right, and it says, no turkeys were harmed in making this book. It's by Adam Wallace and illustrated by Andy Elker, copyright 2008, and source published by Sourcebook Incorporated. I think I did the Pete the Cat, Kimberly and James Dean 2013 HarperCollins Children's Books. I hope I did. All right, here we go. Oh, look it! It's purple! I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, here we go. Here we are on Thanksgiving Day. It's that special time of year, and yes, I know, I'm a turkey. That much should be clear. So gather round. I have a tale, and it's really quite a story. What I tell you now is not a joke. It is my crowning glory. Well, it all began 1 year ago. I was at school, you see, play preparations were underway, but that didn't matter to me. Some kids walked by in silly clothes talking about the play. We even have a turkey on stage. It'll be a perfect for Thanksgiving. There's the Plymouth Rock. Well, turkey stage? No way, no how. How had I really heard that right? I broke out of my pen and I ran with a case of bad stage fright. I burst into the science room, knocked over the flasks and the beakers, and the cry of "Catch that turkey!" boomed over the loudspeakers. So now more children join the chase with catapults and food, but goopy mashed potatoes weren't enough to keep me glued. Up next, there was a maze of books that stretched from wall to wall, but with a big hop and a mighty flap, I managed to escape it all. I ducked past the chairs and the bags and the desks. Now that was quite a trick. The kids thought that they could stop me here, but I was much too quick. I ran outside to the jungle gym, thinking I could hide, but the recess yard was all tricked out. I'd have better luck inside. Finally the kids gave up, but the principal gave chase. My only hope of escaping her was keeping up my pace. I slid into the coach's room and crashed into a chair. I got tangled up in jerseys, but I won't get stuck in here. I ran into a curtain that was nowhere else I could go. I couldn't get past the principal, but the curtain led to the show. Oh my, there he is. My heart was racing. I started to sweat. I couldn't squawk or run. I took a deep breath. I can do this. Who knows? This might be fun. A kid stood up and pointed. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. He really is a parent, agreed, in his little mascot suit. I started to smile and even dance, and while the crowd continued to cheer, I was filled with joy that took a chance, and that's what started my mascot career. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Isn't that a cute one? Oh, this I love. When I started reading in Amador County in 2003, this book was at the Ione Library. And so I had to check it out every time because I didn't have it. And finally, I bought it myself so that I have my own copy because it is such a cute book. Okay, this is A Turkey for Thanksgiving by Eve Bunting, illustrated Diane DeGroat, copyright 1991, publisher Claren Book, Houghton Mifflin Company. Okay, here's the thing, I gotta read the back. I wish we had a real turkey, Mrs. Moose said to her husband. Everyone always has a turkey for Thanksgiving. So Mr. Moose sets out to find her one. But when he and his friends spot Turkey and call him, Turkey runs away. Why would he do that? The answer is revealed in a funny surprise ending to Eve Bunting's light-hearted story. Okay, here we go. It was Thanksgiving morning, and Mr. Moose helped Mrs. Moose set the Thanksgiving table. Sheep will sit here. He likes the chair that's straight up and down, Mr. Moose said. Rabbit here. Porcupine here. Mr. and Mrs. Groat here. He smiled at his wife. Isn't this nice to have friends to share Thanksgiving? Mrs. Moose set two paper net pilgrims, one on each side of the table. She placed a paper turkey, which was great fan, and had a tail between the candles, and stood back. They look good, my dear, but I wish we had a real turkey. Everyone always has a turkey for Thanksgiving, everyone but us. Mr. Moose muzzled Mrs. Moose's head. Well, that won't do. I will go this minute and I'm going to find you a turkey for Thanksgiving. Oh, there's the rabbit. Well, Mr. Moose put his cap and out he went. Mist wandered through the base of the bare trees. The cold made his nose water. Rabbit poked his head out and said, Mr. Moose, is it dinner time? No, not quite yet. Mrs. Moose wants a turkey. I'm off to find one. Rabbit joined him in with 3 quick hops. I'll come too. So now they have 2. Oh, now who is this? Oh, there's the goats. Well, Moose's warm breath hung while in front of him, snow crunched under their boots. It made little holes that Rabbit jumped over. I see the goats, said Rabbit. Mr. Goat raised his head. Is it dinner time? Not till I find a turkey. We saw one down by the river. A fat one. Well, talk about fat. Oh my gosh. Well, the goats leaped down and they started from their perch and they started on along with them. Well, Sheep was further up the hillside looking round as a fur ball in the winter coat. Is it dinner time? He bellowed. No, first I have to find a turkey. Mr. Moose bellowed back. There's a turkey nest on the riverbank. Oh, now comes the porcupines. Well, the earth smelled of ice and moss as they crunched along. Porcupine was hiding under the underbrush. It's you, he said, and he put his quills down. We're off to get a turkey for Mrs. Moose. Mr. Moose explained. Do you want to come? I'm slow. Pick me up on your way back. Oh, who would want to pick you up? Sheep asked and laughed, but then the bleat came. I think it was kind of funny. I'll wait, Porcupine said. And here it is. Do not disturb. Come back after Thanksgiving. No turkey. And of course, who's there but the turkey? They saw the turkey's nest right away and Turkey himself peering over the top. Turkey, turkey, Mr. Moose called. Oh, gotta get some water. Ah! Turkey blundered from his nest and he ran. Mr. Moose lumbered after him. Turkey, don't run. We just want you for Thanksgiving dinner. He ran faster. Oh no, look at, he has his boot on him. Mr. Moose saw the red and blue sheen of Turkey's neck. The turkey tail brushed crumbs of the snow behind him. Too fat, Mr. Goat said. Turkey's legs bent in the middle as he fell. Mr. Moose put a booted hoof on his head and smiled his great toothy smile. I hope you don't have other plans for Thanksgiving, Turkey. Look, he's digging in. He doesn't want to go. He helped Turkey up. My wife won't mind that you're too fat. He said, let's go. It's getting to be dinner time. They marched Turkey in the front. I'm sorry about this, but I can see that you don't want to come, Mr. Moose said, but I must insist. A promise is a promise. There was a wreath of dried fruit on the Moose's front door. The house was filled with Thanksgiving smells. Mr. Moose hid the turkey behind him. Look what I brought, Mrs. Moose. Sheep, the goats, rabbit, and porcupine. And ta-da! He pushed Turkey around in front. For you, a turkey for Thanksgiving. Turkey doesn't look too happy. Mrs. Moose clapped her hooves. Oh, I'm so happy to have you, Turkey. Thank you, Mr. Moose. Now everything's perfect. Shall we sit? Sheep asked, heading for the straight edge up and down chair. Let's, Miss Moose pointed. Rabbit here, Porcupine here, Mr. and Mrs. Goat here. And look, I bought a chair from the other room in hopes of Turkey. A chair? Turkey stammered. Right next to me, Mrs. Moose said. Light the candles, Mr. Moose. There were bowls of acorns and alfalfa sprouts and dried in summer. There was willow bark and cured grasses and wild parsley. There was pressed leaves, thin and pale as noon as the ice on the pond. I hope you find something here to your liking, Mr. Turkey. I wasn't sure what was your taste. You were so kind to worry about my taste. I thought you would be worrying about how I taste. Heavens no, Mr. Moose smiled. He said, and he filled everyone's cup with cold spring water. It's so nice to have friends around the table at Thanksgiving. Turkeys wobbled. It's even nice to be at your table, not on your table, he said. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Isn't that a good one? I know. All right. Here we go. All right. Now this one, these two are my repeats, okay? I did these a year ago in 2020. This has your challenge. Okay, this is I Know an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Pie by Allison Jackson, pictures by Judith, Brian Schachner, copyrights 1997 by Puffin Books. Your challenge is, as I'm reading, could you keep a list of all the things the old lady eats till she's finally full? And then we'll go over it at the end. Are you ready? I know an old lady who swallowed a pie. And then you also have to say, perhaps she'll die, every time I point to you. I know an old lady who swallowed a pie, a Thanksgiving pie, which was really too dry. Perhaps she'll die. I know an old lady who swallowed some cider. Some cider? You guys, that's an entire gallon of cider. So a whole pie, gallon of cider, excuse me. They rumbled and mumbled and grumbled inside her. She swallowed the cider to moisten the pie, the Thanksgiving pie, which was really too dry. Perhaps she'll die. I know an old lady who swallowed a roll. That's not so bad. But she swallowed it whole, the entire roll. She swallowed the roll to go with the cider, the rumbled, mumbled, grumbled cider, swallowed cider, moistened the pie, the Thanksgiving pie, which was really too dry. Perhaps she'll die. I know an old lady who swallowed a squash. This is a big yellow squash. You guys, she ate a fat yellow squash. Well, she swallowed the squash to go with this roll. She swallowed the roll to go with the cider that rumbled and mumbled and grumbled in cider. Swallowed the cider to moisten the pie, the Thanksgiving pie. Really too dry. Perhaps she'll die. I know an old lady who swallowed a salad. Did she swallow some salad? No. She swallowed the whole entire bowl of salad. Oh my gosh. She looked quite pallid from eating that salad. Okay, she swallowed the salad to go with the squash to go with the roll to go with the cider to go with the pie. It was really too dry. Perhaps she'll die. I love the little baby and the little girl too. It's a Stitch. And her poor cat. Is she getting fat or is she getting fat? I think she's getting fat. Guess what she's going to go for next? And looking at that turkey, I would say it's at least a 20 to 22 pound turkey. I know a lady who swallowed a turkey. Look at her now, she can't even get up. She's on the bed. Oh my gosh, her future looked murky after swallowing that turkey. She swallowed the turkey to go with the salad, swallowed the salad to go with the squash, swallowed the squash to go with the roll, swallowed the roll to go with the cider. She swallowed the cider to moisten the pie with the Thanksgiving pie, which was really too dry. Perhaps she'll die. Look at the father, he's not very happy. Even the little kid is holding on to a mouse. Uh-oh. I know an old lady who swallowed a pot. Look at both of them are holding, that's a pot of mashed potatoes. Now, you aren't going to believe this. Are you ready? She put the whole entire pot in her mouth. I don't know how she did it, but she did it. Well, I kid you not, she swallowed the pot along with the mashed potatoes. She swallowed the pot to go with the turkey, swallowed the turkey to go with salad, swallowed the salad to go with squash, swallowed the squash to go with the roll, swallowed the roll to go with cider, swallowed the cider to go with the pie, the Thanksgiving pie, which was really too dry. Perhaps she will die. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh no! There was an old lady who swallowed a cake. Now this is more than just a cake. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You guys, I look at her coming through the door. For goodness sake, it was a 10-layer cake. Look at her. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Oh my word, look at her now. Holy moly. She swallowed the cake to go with the pot, swallowed the pot to go with the turkey, swallowed the turkey to go with the salad, swallowed the salad to go with the squash, swallowed the squash to go with the roll, swallowed the roll to go with the cider, swallowed the cider to moisten the pie, the Thanksgiving pie, which was really too dry. Perhaps she will die. Look at the babies jumping on her. Now you got to watch this down here. The girl is tying a rope to the lady's leg, her very skinny legs. Now, I know an old lady who swallowed some bread. I counted up. There are 12 pieces of bread but she only took a bite out of every single one of them. She only took one bite. And they are pushing and pushing and pushing. And I'm full, she said. And what did she become? She became a, what? A balloon in the Thanksgiving Day parade. And it says, Happy Thanksgiving. I know. All right. I got to have a little water because I got to make sure my singing voice is up to par. Okay, just to let you know, an entire pie, a gallon of cider, an entire roll, a fat yellow squash, an entire bowl of salad, a turkey that was about at least 20 pounds, a pot of mashed potatoes, a 10-layer cake, and some slices of bread. Can you believe that? All right, here we go. My finale. All right. I'm going to end today with me singing Albuquerque Turkey. It's sung to the tune of My Darling Clementine. It was adapted by B.G. Ford, illustrated by Lucinda McQueen, and the copyright is 2005. Publisher is Sterling Publishing Company, Incorporated. And then you are going to dance again to the turkey. I know. Are you ready? Here we go. Albuquerque is a turkey, and he's feathered and he's fine, and he wobbles and he gobbles, and he's absolutely mine. He's the best pet that you can get, better than a dog or cat. He's my Albuquerque turkey, and I'm awfully proud of that. Oh, he wobbles and he gobbles, and he follows me all day, to the market, to the grocer, then back home, he knows the way. Wednesday morning I was baking apple pie and pumpkin too. When I started peeling onions, Albuquerque cried boo-hoo. You're not using that for stuffing, no, my friend, for something new. Oh, he wobbles and he gobbles, and he follows me once more to the store for eggs and spices, then back home just like before. Now my Albuquerque turkey is all safely tucked in bed, 'cause for Thanksgiving dinner we have egg foo young instead. How about that? I mean, that's a nice man. He just kept the turkey, so that was great. Okay, gonna pause for a minute, and then you're gonna do the dance, kiddos. You're gonna do the dance. Are you ready? First, you have to have your hands like this because you gotta flap your arms, okay? And you just do exactly what Miss Tasha says to do. Okay, first I have to, where is it? It's on this side. Here we go. Okay. Bend your knees. Now turn. Flap those arms. Now this time, put your foot out. Now turn the other way. Okay, one hand here, the other hand here. And this time I want you to say Happy Thanksgiving to your family. Ready? Happy Thanksgiving. And then you have to say Mom and Dad and how many brothers and sisters and grandparents and everything. But you say Happy Thanksgiving to them. All right, I'll see you in December. Bye-bye.